My client is Ellie for the social emotional lesson plan. And my long-term goal for Ellie is that she will appropriately interact with others by identifying and using nonverbal social communication signals in 4 out of 5 trials across 3 consecutive sessions. So to reach this long-term goal, the first short-term objective is in 3 months, Ellie will identify an individual's emotion and state why they feel that way when given a scenario and visuals in 4 out of 5 trials across 3 therapy sessions. So to do this, the activity would be that we would just begin talking about how she's feeling today. I would say, so how are you today? And typically she might say good, like a lot of people do, but I would ask her to expand on that. So she would say, good, and I'm like, are you feeling happy today? Are you feeling sad today? Are you feeling down? Are you excited? And she might respond with one of those, and then I would ask her, I would tell her how I'm feeling to provide a model. I would be like, I'm feeling pretty excited today because after school today I get to go eat dinner with my friends. So that's giving how I'm feeling and a why, and that's one of the things she struggled with, was identifying why someone might be feeling a certain way. So this gives her a model to work from, and then after I provide my model, I'll ask her, so why are you feeling blank today? And have her explain further so she can gain that sense of why. We will also review some feelings and emotions during this time and brainstorm why someone may feel that way. So this would be through providing visuals. So I would show a picture of someone who's crying and have a scene around them, and we would together say some reasons we would think that they're feeling upset. So the descriptive feedback for this activity, if Ellie provides an incorrect answer, I would pose questions that lead her to the correct answer as a prompt. So I could say, when someone smiles, how do you think they feel? She would say happy. Is that how this person may feel? If they're showing sadness. How would you feel in this scenario, to identify her own emotions? And then I would say, I would feel blank because blank. The second short-term objective for Ellie is that she will use nonverbal communication to portray a message or emotion when provided a scenario. So we would watch a video about body language, and I linked it in my paper, and we will use social scenarios with different visuals, and I would ask Ellie to use nonverbal communication and have her demonstrate those nonverbal signals. For this activity, if she gave an incorrect answer, I would also pose the questions to lead her to the correct one. So like, what do you think it means when someone crosses their arms? And show her. And how do you know this? In this scenario, what are you trying to show or demonstrate to the other person? Again, identifying that emotion, and then pairing it to your body language and your nonverbals. I could then ask her, well, how could you do that? Would you cross your arms or let your arms down at your sides? Now show me what that would look like. The third short-term objective is that she will correctly identify the meaning of idioms when provided a short scenario. So using the idioms worksheet, which I have included on my paper, but also it's right here. So on this side, it has different types of idioms and what they mean. So those will be reviewed first, and then this side is a fill in the blank about using the idioms. So for example, we would start with reading the top. Idioms are not to be taken literally. Study their meaning and complete the sentences. You may need to make some changes. So then we would go through them. So like, under the weather. Oh, that means to be or feel ill or sad or lack energy. So under the weather. We would go through all of them, and then we would fill in the blank. So for the first one, I could say, was your math exam hard? No, it was really blank. What could we fill in there? They said it wasn't hard, so it must have been easy. So, what means easy? Well, a piece of cake means something very easy to do. This one. And we would go through all of them like that. We would review each as we go. After you fill it in, you would then say, it was a piece of cake, and have her repeat that so that she gets experience using them. Descriptive feedback for this activity would include posing questions like, what's another word we could use for this fill in the blank? If she responds with something general, then I could say, and what could we use that means something similar that we have on this worksheet? Again, providing the visuals from the worksheet to help her. And then if she provides the wrong answer, I would explain the answer that she gave and what that means and put it into the sentence. So explaining that meaning in the context of the sentence and asking her if it would be correct. And then she would say no, and you would try again. The final short-term objective is for Ellie to provide an appropriate response to a social scenario provided to her. So this would use the Behavior Basics social scenarios. And this is from Lynn Hubble. And it's just a picture or a paper of some visual pictures and scenarios that the kids will they can just pick them up and go through them. First I'm gonna scaffold the assistance and prompting and support given to Ellie by giving her the social scenario and reading one, and then giving her the responses, but I'm going to be giving her only 2 to begin with. So she'll select the correct answer out of a field of 2, and then we'll gradually move up to a field of 3 and a field of 4, and then she would be able to just give a spontaneous answer. So for descriptive feedback for this activity, when she provides an answer that's incorrect, I would ask her why she chose the answer. She'll then tell me why, and I will explain the answer that she gave and what effects it may have. We would brainstorm, and then I would provide the field of 2 if we were up on a more complex level. I would go back to the basics of providing a field of 2 for the scenario and have her choose between those for the correct answer. So this would be something like this. The first scenario, someone keeps poking you in the shoulder with a pencil during class. What should you do? So in the beginning, I would provide her with 2 scenarios, or 2 answers to the scenarios. I could say, you should probably do nothing and ignore it, or in a calm voice, ask the person to stop. And then she would identify the correct one, and if not, we would go through and discuss each.